All right, now we're doing MDN web docs, guides, HTML, introduction to HTML, what's in the head, metadata in HTML. All right, so get ready because this one's kind of long. That one that was 57 minutes was maybe a little bit longer than this one, so let's think 45 minutes. Get you a snack, get you some breaths. Let's go. So the head of an HTML document is the part that is not displayed in the web browser when the page is loaded. Okay? Yeah, it contains information such as the page title, links to the CSS if we choose to style our content, our HTML content with the CSS, links to custom favicons, which are these icons right up here, turns out, and other metadata, data about the HTML such as the author and important keywords that describe the document. Web browsers use information contained in the head to render the HTML document correctly, and in this article we're going to cover all of the above and more in order to give us a good basis for working with markup. So the prereqs we need are basic HTML familiarity, so you'd probably get it from the videos previous to this, so this as covered in the last video, and then the objectives for this one are going to be to learn about the HTML head, its purpose, the most important items it can contain, and what effect it can have on the HTML document. All right, so what is the HTML head? So let's revisit the simple HTML document we covered in the previous article. So just like this, we're going to be talking about the head, which is this part right here. The HTML head is the contents of the head element. Unlike the contents of the body element, which are displayed on the page when loaded in the browser, the head's content is not displayed on the page. Instead, the head's job is to contain metadata about the document. In the above example, the head's quite small, yeah, like we just saw. Awesome. So in larger pages, however, the head can get quite large. If we push F12 and look at this head, you can see it's full of all kinds of business before it gets down to the body, all right? And we'll go over some of that. So let's get rid of this. So try to go to the favorite website using the developer tools to check out the head contents. That's what we just did. The aim here is not to show us how to use everything that can possibly be put in the head, but rather to teach us how to use the major elements that we'll want to include in the head and give us some familiarity. So let's get started again, I guess. So we're adding a title. We've already seen the title element in action. This can be used to add a title to the document. However, can get confused with the H1 element, which is used to add a top-level heading to our body content. And this is also sometimes referred to as the page title, but they are definitely different things. So let's go over here and look at the title versus the H1. So we'd come over here to the head, and we'd have to go through here and look for something where it could possibly be. Let's see, title right here. So title, why is it in freaking, oh, it's an alternate Korean. Okay, where's the actual title? Oh, here's the, no, title, MDN web docs. Okay, so what is going on here? Hold on, the title should be here somewhere. Oh, here's the title, what's in the head? Okay, so the title is right here, but the H1 down in the body, we can just go here and come over to the div ID root, and then just keep, whenever it's highlighted, that's when we click it. So right here, we click this, and we're looking for this right here, because this is the H1. So it'd be in this div class thing, and then we keep going down, main ID, and then go down again, article class, and then header right here, and inside of this header is the H1 right there. So that's the difference between the H1, this is the H1, and this is the title up here. All right, so let's get rid of this and come back down here. All right, so the H1 element appears on the page when loaded in the browser. All right, generally this should be used once per page, and it is because the next one down is an H2. We could go through that, but trust me, it's there. To mark up the title, and it's to mark up the title of our page content, the story title, news headline, or whatever is appropriate for our usage. And then the title element is metadata that represents the title of the overall HTML document, not the document's content. Okay, so there we go. So now let's do some active learning, inspecting a simple example. To start off this, they want us to download the copy of this GitHub thing, but we don't need that. We've still got the one open from yesterday, or from the last video at least. So let's look at this. Basically, we've got this right here. I already added the new picture for today, so it's already in there. And then we're going to see this. So we start off that, copy and paste the code. Yeah. Press the raw button, which causes the raw code to appear. Okay, we're not doing that either. So let's just open it. Let's add an H1 to it. We've already got an H1 right here. And let's just open it up in the thing. So let's go to reveal in file folder right here. Here's index.html. Let's click it. And here's the basic guts of the page. There's this picture, and then this picture, and that's pretty much it. All right. I think I'm gonna start making videos of how to doctor these up so that, inject a little soul into it. You see I put the little logo eyes in here and then through the star background and tagged it up pretty. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, anyway, we'll get into that later. So here's this right here. And you see right here, we've also got the favicon. I put this in here. I forgot to delete it. Where's the favicon at? Where's the favicon? Why has it got a favicon, but I didn't put it in there? Come on, guys. Where's the favicon? I can't see it. I don't think this links to anything else. So let's open it back up again. Why does it put it there? Why does it? Oh, it's because it's stored in the cookies. This is probably stored in the cookies, and this is okay. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we'll put the favicon in later. But the H1 element is right here. AI art is here, and then we would see it on the page right up here. No. What's in the head? Oh my goodness. Title, my test page. Why in the world did I not save it? Control S. All right. Sorry. No. Oh, okay. My test page. Okay, I see. So let's change this title up right here to AI art is here. Yeah, might as well. AI art is here. Anyway, so there's that. Control S. Let's open it again, and we see it's changed up here. All right, cool. I think we knew that from earlier, but whatever. So here we are back here. We inspected it. We saw the H1. We know where that is. Also, we should try opening code in the code editor. That's what we did. And then the title element contents are also used in other ways. For example, if we try bookmarking the page, we will see the title contents as the suggested bookmark name. Okay, so just to let us know that. Click it again. So this is the H1 right here. This is the P element, and this is the, but it still has the favicon. But whatever. Anyway, so let's go to the next thing. So the metadata, the meta element. Metadata is data that describes data, and HTML has an official way of adding metadata to a document, the meta element. All right. So of course, the other stuff we're talking about in this article could also be thought of as metadata too. There are a lot of different types of meta elements that can be included in our page's head, but we're not going to try to explain them now at this time, as it would just get too confusing. All right. So instead, we're going to explain a few things that we might commonly see, just to give us an idea. Okay. So specifying our document's character encoding. In the example we saw above, this line was included. So this right here, the UTF-8, right here, okay? Let's come back over here. And this element specifies to the document's character encoding. The character set that the document is permitted to use. UTF-8 is a universal character set that includes pretty much any character from any human language. This means that our web page will be able to handle displaying any language. It's therefore a good idea to set this on every web page we create. For example, our page could handle English and Japanese just fine. So if we set the character encoding to this right here, for example, the character set for the Latin alphabet, our page rendering may appear messed up. So instead of this, I forgot what it's called, the Japanese language, it would come out looking pretty ridiculous using Latin characters and boxes, all right? So here's the note. Some browsers like Chrome automatically fix incorrect encodings. So depending on what browser we use, we may not see this problem. We should still set the encoding to UTF-8 on the page anyway to avoid any potential problems in other browsers. Okay. So now we've got active learning, experiment with character encoding. So to try this out, we're going to visit the simple template we just made, or we had, this one right here. And we're going to add this Japanese example right here. So let's do C, a control C to copy it. Come over here under this paragraph right here, and let's add that Japanese right there and say S, control S, and then let's open it up right here. All right, and you see we've got Japanese right here. Awesome. But if we changed it to, wait, is this all part of it? No. But if we changed it to this thing right here, what was it called? Oh, come on, where is it? Where is it, guys? The one with this one, the ISO thing. So let's change it to this from UTF-8. Let's come over here and change it like this, and do Control S, and now open the page. All right, so we had this, and now we've got this gobbledygook, just like it said. All right, so let's get rid of this. Come back over here, open this up, get rid of that, turn it back to UTF-8, save it, and now we're back to normal. All right, so now let's go to the next part. Adding an author and description. This blew my mind. I had no idea people would actually put their names on a web page to be an author. That's insane to me, but whatever. So many meta elements include name and content attributes. Name specifies the type of meta element it is, what type of information it contains. And then content specifies the actual meta content. So two such meta elements that are useful to include on our page define the author of the page and provide a concise description of the page. So let's look at the example. So we've got this meta name, author, content, Chris Mills. So Chris Mills made, I guess, this page. And then we've also got meta, name is description, and it does this MDN description right here. So specifying an author is beneficial in many ways. It's used to be able to understand who wrote the page. Like if we go to this though, it does not say it. I already looked for it. It's useful to be able to understand who wrote the page. If we have any questions about the content and we would like to contact them, I'm sure people are just waiting for strangers to talk to them about their site. Some content management systems have facilities to automatically extract page author information and make it available for such purposes, all right? So specifying a description that includes keywords related to the content, relating to the content of our page is useful, as it has the potential to make our page appear higher in relevant searches performed in search engines. Such activities are termed search engine optimization, or SEO. We'll probably get to that at some point. Now we're doing active learning, the description's use in the search engines. So the description is used on search engine result pages. Let's go through an exercise to explore this. So go to the front page of the Mozilla Developer Network. Let's do that. All right, so here's this right here. View the page's source code. By doing this, we're not going to do that. We're going to do the F12, because trust me, that is an even bigger pain than the F12, searching for it in F12. So we're doing that. Find the description meta tag, and it will look something like this. All right, so we'll come down here to head and description meta tag. Let's look what it looked like one more time. it'll say meta name description. All right, so meta name theme color, meta name viewport, meta name description. So here it is right here. All right, and now what do we want to do? So there that is. So now search the MDM web docs in the Google search. So we'll come over here, and in a new one, we'll do this. And we'll see right here. And so here's the description. Oh, let me not spoil it. So we'll search that in the favorite search engine. We'll notice that the description, meta, and title element content used in the search results. All right, and it's definitely worth having. So right here, here's the description, and then this is the title right here. As we look, here's the description, here's the title right here, and then the description. Right, where'd it go? Here. There we go. So yeah, that's why it's good to do that. So it can look pro on Google search. And then here's some notes. In Google, we'll see some relevant subpages of MDM web docs, like these right here. And it's listed in the main homepage link. These are called site links and are configurable in Google's webmaster tools. A way to make our site search results run better. Our site's search results better in the Google search engine. Okay, so it's good for SEO. Yeah, I thought these were automatically generated, so I guess these guys straight put it in there via something in this. We'll figure all that stuff out later, though. So another note, many meta features just aren't used anymore. For example, the keyword meta element, which is supposed to provide keywords for search engines to determine relevance to the page for different search terms. That's ignored now by search engines because spammers were just filling the keywords list with hundreds of keywords, biasing results. Okay, so yeah, people learned how to cheat, and so they just got rid of the cheat system. So other types of metadata. As we travel around the web, we'll find other types of metadata too. A lot of the features we'll see on websites are proprietary creations designed to provide certain sites, such as social networking sites, with specific pieces of information they can use. For example, Open Graph Data is a metadata protocol that Facebook invented to provide richer metadata for websites. In the MDM WebDoc source code, we'll find this, okay? So we've got this OG, I guess that means Open Graph, so Open Graph images, Open Graph description, Open Graph title, all that stuff. And one effect of this is that when we link to MDM WebDocs on Facebook, the link appears along with an image and description, a richer experience for the user. That doesn't look like a fox at all. But whatever, I guess. Oh, is it a Mozilla? Mozilla is actually a dinosaur? Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Twitter also has its own similar proprietary metadata called Twitter cards, which has the similar effect when the site's URL is displayed on Twitter. For example, this right here, okay? I don't know. I don't use these that much, Facebook or Twitter that much, but I can imagine it does something. Adding custom icons to the site. So this is cool, the favicons thing. So to further enrich our site design, we can add references to some icons in our metadata, and these will be displayed in certain contexts. The most commonly used of these is the favicon. So this one right here, this thing right here, and this thing right here, and this thing right here, which is short for favorites icon, referring to its use in the favorites or bookmarks lists in browsers. The humble favicon has been around for many years. It is the first icon of its type, a 16-pixel square icon used in multiple places. We may see, depending on the browser, favicons displayed in the browser tab containing each open page, and next to bookmarked pages in the bookmarks panel. So a favicon can be added to our page by saving it in the same directory as the site's index page, and I did that with a favicon right here. All right, and what are we going to do next? And it's saved in .ico, but I've got it as a PNG and it works fine. So adding the following line of code to our HTML's head block to reference it. So we'll get this right here. I'll just take it from this, and we'll come over here, and we'll put it in this head right here, like that. And rel icon href, we're going to go to images right there, and then we're going to go to favicon 1, and then type images xcon, I don't know, I'll just put favicon 1, and that's good enough. All right, so now when we save it, I mean, I know it's been loading this whole time, and I'm pretty sure it's because of the cookies, but now when we save it and open it, you'll see the star. I need to get rid of this black background and do it more slick like Google's here. I thought I was going to do it like this one, but I don't like that. So anyway, blah, 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 whatever. So we're going to come back over here, now that we've got a favicon, not here, here, and then here, and then get rid of this stuff. All right? And there's the example of it right there. So there we go. There are lots of other icon types to consider these days as well. For example, we'll find this in the source code for this for the WebDocs homepage. Third generation iPad with high resolution Retina display, a 144 by 144 icon, and then pre-composed. So they shrink these down, I guess, and then a 114 by 114, and then a 72 by 72. So much bigger. All of them are much bigger than the 16 by 16 favicon. And then here's the favicon one right here. So the comments explain what each icon is used for, and these elements cover things like providing a nice high-res icon to use when the website is saved to an iPad's home screen. Well, I'm going to have to do that at some point, because right now all I've got is this crappy favicon. So we're not going to worry too much about implementing all these types of icons right now. It's a fairly advanced feature, and we won't be expected to have knowledge of this to progress through the course. The main purpose here is to let us know that such things exist in case we come across them while browsing other website source codes. All right, cool. Here, if our site uses a content security policy, which I don't know, to enhance its security, the policy applies to the favicon. If we encounter problems with the favicon not loading, we'll verify that the content security policy's header image source directive is not preventing access to it. So let's try to remember this when we're making a real website and we got to deal with security. So here we are applying CSS and JavaScript to HTML. How much more we got? This, okay. So just about all websites we'll use in the modern day will employ CSS to make them look cool, and JavaScript to power interactive functionality, all right? Such as video players, maps, games, and more. These are most commonly applied to a web page using the link element and the script element, respectively. The link element should always go inside the head of our document, and this takes two attributes: rel equals style sheet, which indicates that it's the document style sheet, and href, which contains the path to the different style sheets, to the style sheet file. So this says it's a style sheet, and this is the path. So we'll create some CSS in a little bit. And then the script element should also go in the head and should include a source attribute containing the path to the JavaScript we want to load. And defer, which basically instructs the browser to load the JavaScript after the page is finished parsing the HTML. So last time we put the script element at the bottom of the page, right after the body, right at the end of the body. But this time we're just going to use the defer, which will do basically the same thing. So this is useful as it makes sure that the HTML is loaded before the JavaScript runs, so that we don't get any errors resulting from JavaScript trying to access an HTML element that doesn't exist on the page yet, all right? There are actually a number of ways to handle loading JavaScript on our page, but this is the most reliable one to use for modern browsers. And then there's some more strategies. There's something going on outside, and I don't look so bad, but I mean, there's a video we're doing. Anyway, so here's what it looks like right here. We're going to add some JavaScript and CSS to the page. So let's do that now, and we'll do this stuff in a second. So let's come over here to this, and we're going to say new folder, And just like before, we're going to say scripts, like that. And then we're also going to make a new folder called styles. Folder styles, all right? So now we've got scripts and styles ready to go for when we put the styles and the scripts in that thing. So for this active learning, we can grab a copy of the metadata, but we're not going to do, well, okay, look, let's grab a copy of this right here. Let's do a Control-A, Control-C while inside of this thing. So we've copied it, but we're going to bring it down here and do the comment thing right like this, so that we don't have it exactly, because I don't want to do, I want to do, I don't know about you, but I want to do the one I've been doing. I don't want to do, you know, Mozilla's copy paste BS, you know what I'm saying? So basically, let's look up here and see what's different, all right? So we're going to get this meta name viewport content, and that's different. So let's get that. Let's take that and put it right under UTF-8, like that. And then we've got the title, which I guess should be up there. So let's just take it up there, put it up there anyway. And then let's press enter, right like that. And now we've also got this author, content Chris Mills. All right, so let's take the author and description, copy it. After this, we'll say paste it, change the author to your name or my name in my case. So Codeman, like that, Codeman S like that. Description, this is the cutting edge showcase of AI art meeting human touch. All right, cool. How about that? And then a period. Why not? So we've got that. And what else do we got? OG image. This is all that stuff for that on whatever thing. But we don't need this. I'm pretty sure we don't need this. So we'll worry about this stuff later. And then the link rel shortcut icon. We've got the favicon right here. And that's pretty much it. So this is what we got going on right now. And we don't need the rest of this. Let's just act like it didn't even exist in the first place. All right. So let's do a control save. And now we've got something going on like this. So let's come back over here. We already got this. And let's see this. So we're going to grab a copy of this. Now the script.js and then the style.css. So we're going to make two new files for these. So let's start with the styles.css. Let's come over here. And we're going to say new file. New file, we'll call it style.css. All right, not styles, but style. All right, we'll throw it in styles and create the folder like that, and then create the file like that, and then we'll do another one, new file, and we'll call it script.js. All right, and we'll save that, go up one, come into the scripts, and save it like that. Okay, so now we've got a CSS and a script file ready to go. And so let's come back over here, grab this is the CSS. All right. Come back over here, drop it off in here. It doesn't matter. Give me a second. Copy, paste, Control S, scripts. Come down here. Come to this one. Control A, Control C, and then come back here. And Control V, and boom, Control S. Now we've got this and that, but we've not linked to it, so it's not going to look exactly like that yet. So let's open this up one more time in the reveal and file folder, and you see it still looks like it used to. So we haven't done anything too much to it. All right, so now we've got that. Now let's open the HTML file, both in the browser and the text editor. We already did that. So by following the information given above, we're going to add the link and the script elements to our HTML so that our CSS and JavaScript are applied. So let's do the link and then the script, all right? So the link always has an href. Let's come up here and we'll say link like that, link like that, all right? And it's a self-closing or a void, so it's just like this. So now we're going to say href equals, and we're going to say, since we're linking the CSS, we'll say style sheets. Style sheet. Is it style sheets or sheet? Let's come back up here. Style sheet, okay, and then we're going to do the, okay, that's rel and then href. So this is rel right here, rel, and then after that we'll say href equals, and we'll say, not images, but styles, and we'll say styles.css, all right, so now that's linked. We'll come down here, and we'll do the other one, which is a source. What was it? What's the one for the script? I think it's script. All right, script. So we'll come over here and we'll say script like that, and then we'll do that, and then we'll come over here and we'll say href equals, and we'll say script.js. I think that's good enough. Let's see if there's anything else we got to do. Oh, and then the defer. So we'll put that defer boolean right in there after it. So defer, like that. All right, so this should work. Let's do a Control S, and then let's open her up one more time. No. All right, what did we do? What did I do wrong? Link style sheet. Link rel style sheets. Come on, man. Link rel style sheet. Rec rel. Control, not rec, not, all right, rel. Control S. All right, now let's open it up. Haha, there we go, finally. So we've got the Japanese, we've got this green background coming down here, and we don't have the JavaScript linked. All right, so let's go look at the JavaScript link and see what I did wrong there. All right, script, href, defer. That looks like it should be, right? Let's come on over here. All right, source, I did a href instead of source. All right, so we'll come down here, and this is how you debug, right? src, all right? Now let's do a Control S to save it, and one more time, open it up. And so we got that. Oh, and now we got this. So below is a dynamic list. We can click anywhere on the page to add a new list item, clicking an existing list item to change its text to something else. So we do this, and we could say codemans, okay, and then AIHU, IHU. Is that stupid? IHUM. AI human, AI human art. I don't know, who cares? That's good enough. And then we can change it like this. Codeman S the first. Open it, and look at that. So we did that, and we got all that, and so we proved that we could do it. So let's come back over here, now that we've done that, not there. Let's come back, here's this one, and now this one. So let's come back over here, and then see what it's saying. So if done correctly, when we save the HTML and refresh the browser, we should be able to see that pardon me, the things have changed. Of course, I've got the white because it's I've got that screen darkener, but still. So the JavaScript has added an empty list to the page. Now when we click anywhere outside the list, a dialog box will pop up asking us to enter some text, and we did that. When we press the OK button, a new list item will be added to, and we saw that. And then when we click on an existing list item, we can change it, and we saw that. Pardon me. The CSS has caused the background to be green and the text to become a little larger, and it also has styled some of the content that the JavaScript has added to the page, like this red bar for the JS and then whatever else, all right? With the black border and the styling. All right, cool. So the CSS knew this was going to come up, so it styled that. All right, cool. Note, if we get stuck in this exercise and can't get it, try checking out the cheat page. Well, we got through it, so we're good. So setting the primary language of the document. Finally, it's worth mentioning that we can and really should set the language for our page. This can be done by adding the lang attribute to the opening HTML tag, as seen in the meta example.html and shown below. And we've done this plenty with the free code camps, so we know what's up with that. So here's the lang English US, all right? So we're going to come back over here, and this is useful in many ways. Our HTML document will be indexed more effectively by search engines if its language is set, allowing it to appear correctly in language-specific results, for example. And it is useful to people with visual impairments using screen readers. For example, the word 6 exists in both French and English, but is pronounced differently. All right. So we can also set subsections of our document to be recognized as different languages. For example, we could set our Japanese language section to be recognized as Japanese, like so. So we could have Japanese example, and then we'll have this span tag right here with language equals Japanese, and then a closed span right here, and that'll take care of business like that. But it won't do it anywhere else except for right there. These codes are defined by the ISO 639-1 standard, and we can find more about them in language tags in HTML and XML. Okay, now for the best part of this video, the summary. That marks the end of our quick fire tour of the HTML head. There's a lot more that we can do in here, but an exhaustive tour would be more boring, even more boring and confusing at this stage. And they just wanted to give us an idea of the most common things that we'll find here for now. So in the next article, we'll be looking at HTML text fundamentals. So that's what we're on to next, HTML text fundamentals. And we'll see you next time.